everyone, Tasnim here, and today we're focusing on painted flowers. In this video I'll be showing you how to orient the different layers of each flower. To help you with the process, I have uploaded a guide on our painted flowers product page. You can save it and print it out. As you can see, the guide has some color codes and I'll be explaining that in a minute. This set has 4 flowers, as you can tell by the outline images. I have positioned the layers in such a way so that the ones that make up one flower are in close proximity and in the same orientation. So these 3 make up one flower and these 3 are for another flower. For this one, the third layer is a little down here, and finally these 3 are together. So let's go ahead and stamp this first flower, which corresponds to this one in the guide. For convenience, I'll be calling these the base layer, and these the shading layer, and these the outline layer. I always start with the base and stamp it in the lighter color if I'm using 2 different colors, or the lighter shade if I have 2 shades of the same color. Here I'm going to be using 2 shades of pink. So I'll start by stamping the base in the light pink. In the guide, the red lines show the areas which I'm going to try to match. So using the shading layer and the darker pink, I'm going to match the top curve with the top curve over here. Like this. And now I'm using the outline layer, and I'll go with the black ink and match the curve over here with this one, and done. So that's the first flower. Now let's stamp the second flower. So once again, starting with the base image, I'll ink it with the light ink and stamp. Looking at the guide, for my shading layer, there are 2 yellow points here which correspond to 2 yellow points on the base layer. So I'm going to try to match these areas. So this one here, and this one goes right there. Okay, and finally the outline layer. And looking at the guide, we have here 2 red marks, which corresponds to this one, and that will go here, like this, and done. Let's move on to the third flower, and just as before, I'm going to start with the base and the light pink. And stamp it on the card. Next, using the guide, you'll see that the shading layer has a red mark and a blue mark. So I will try to match these 2 areas and these 2 areas together. So using the dark pink, I'll match this petal with the petal right here, and this area with the area here. So using the guide, for the outline, you'll see that there's red and yellow. So the red once again matches with the red here, and the yellow with the yellow on the base. So this goes right over here. The petal over here matches with this one. This particular flower has 2 leaves, the inside layer of which correspond to these 2 stamps. So I will ink up this stamp in light green and this one in dark green. So using the first one and light green ink, go ahead and stamp it here. And this is my shading layer for the leaves, and it's the darker shade of green. And once again, I'll stamp it here. So that's our third flower. This leaves us with the fourth flower, and here's the base stem for this one. So once again, light pink for the base. And looking at the guide, we have red lines here on top, and I will match that with the shading layer. So this particular area would go over here. Okay, and same thing with the outline image. This area would go over here. So this flower also has two leaves, the inside layers of which are these two stems. So here I have the base and I'm inking it with light green. I'll stamp it right here. And this is the shading layer with the dark green. And this will go right about here. So here we have all four flowers. The set also has two independent leaves with the inside layers. So this is one leaf and this is the second one. And it also has four independent outline images. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you and have a good day.